This video is to help you with the hypothesis test and confidence interval part of the project. This is the Excel spreadsheet to help you with the confidence intervals only. Excel will not be running any of the tests unless you have data present. So in order for us to start this confidence interval, you want to organize your income and split it into between female and male income. In order to do that, you will need to highlight two columns. You need to find the gender column and you need to find the income column, which is AS. Copy those two over and separate between male and female the same way you did when we were looking at project part 1. In order to run a confidence interval, we need the necessary statistics. So what we need to do is we need to find a standard deviation of the first column. That would be the standard deviation of a female income. You need to find the standard deviation of a male income. You need to know how many items are present in each column. So a good way is to write down the count of one column and the count of another column. And you need a point estimate. So you need the average for the income in column A and the income in column B. At this point, you're able to run a confidence T margin of error. The margin of error is calling out for an alpha. So with a 95% confidence, you need to put in a 0.05. Then it's asking for the standard deviation, so we're going to use this number. And the size, so we're going to use this number. This will give you an error for the confidence interval for the female column. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the male column. Again, you're using a confidence.t function. It's asking for an alpha, so 0.05, because we're looking for a 95% confidence. The standard deviation of the male, so that's in blue, and the size, which is in red. The actual interval is constructed by taking a point estimate and subtracting the error versus adding the error. So I have the point estimate minus 686 and then plus that same error. Same thing for the male. I'm going to take the point estimate, subtract the error, and then on the next one, add the error. The formula is right here. In order to make this look acceptable and presentable, you need to find a way to write this down. A good way is to do this through a Word document. So with problem number 2 and 3, well, all you're looking for is a confidence interval. I'm expecting a confidence interval that should look something like this, and a sentence that follows. Something like, with 95% confidence, we have found that the mean of the female income should be somewhere between something and something. Please make sure to include units like $. And the same thing for the male. Now, as far as problem number 1 and problem number 4 on your hypothesis test, that have nothing to do with confidence intervals. What you need to be doing is you need to be running a hypothesis test. So problem number 1 asks you to compare the mean of the ages. Please follow the hypothesis test instructions. You can locate them in the module projects, and it's a Word file that's named hypothesis test instructions. Under those instructions, you need to state what test that you're using. So in order for us to run a 2-sample mean test, we are running a 2-sample t-test. It is going to be two-tailed, and because we're running for the difference, and the degree of freedom is going to be spit out by your calculator. You absolutely need to state your null and alternative hypothesis. The easiest way to do this is by inserting an equation that allows you to input things like h sub 0 and things like mu. So again, I'm going to use a subscript, and from the drop-down menu, I can find the letter mu. So you can call it a mu sub 1, or you can call it a mu sub f for female, where this has to equal to mu sub male. And you can always adjust this to the left so it looks a little bit better.